Yeah, it'll be right. It should be coming out soon. Yeah, this is the ring. Yep.
If I can get this thing that's running his stuff. I was thinking if I could get that up on the table. He's trying to get pronunciations, I bet, from the names.
I would put it on top if I knew you guys needed it. Sorry about that. I'll push it back? Yeah. Get that out of the way. It's perfect. It's fine. Yep. That works. Okay. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Southside Ice Arena as Cougar Puck Radio continues on with another live broadcast of Catholic Central Hockey. This time the Cougars hosting Midland Dow. The Chargers making the trip into the Southside Ice Arena, and these two teams facing off for the first time since the 2020 state quarterfinals, which Midland Dow won 3-2. That was the before times, before COVID-19. In fact, 1 week before all of Michigan high school hockey and sports worldwide were shut down due to the pandemic. So it might be a bit of a vengeance factor for some players who were able to compete in both of these games, the one today and the one back in March of 2020, but also very relevant in the context of this season. For the Catholic Central Cougars, they're trying to, well, at least continue a run right now where they've alternated wins and losses over the past 4 games. They fell 3-1 last night right here at Southside Ice Arena to Saginaw Heritage, the Hawks scoring the final 3 goals and running away with the victory here in regulation. So, fortunately for the Cougars, they get a quick chance at redemption here against Midland Dow. The Chargers coming into the arena with a record of 7-3-2, and they're tied for 3rd in the Saginaw Valley with the very same Saginaw Heritage Hawks who made the trip in here last night. So another tough opponent for the Cougars tonight. The Midland Dow Chargers were unbeaten in 4 until they fell to Lake Orion last week in Traverse City. And these past 2 weekends have seen west side of the state teams host east side of the state teams, and then the east side will return the favor in a couple of weeks in early February. The Midland Dow Chargers, coached by Richard Blasey, also defeated Traverse City Central 4-2 last weekend. So it was a 1-1 weekend for them. Ryan Pomeranke scored a couple of times, and Colin Lemansky stopped 24 in the most recent win for Midland Dow. 2 common opponents for these 2 teams tonight, and it advantages Midland Dow in both of those situations. The Chargers beat Detroit Country Day and Saginaw Heritage, whereas the Cougars fell to both of those teams. And that's part of the theme here this afternoon, is the Cougars trying to get their first win against a team that's not from the OK Conference. The Cougars are 7-8 with a 1 tie against Byron Center, but they're 7-4-1 in the OK Conference. So they've had their issues against teams from out east. They're 0-4 against non-OK competition. In fact, losses to Detroit Country Day, Flint Powers in a rematch of last year's state quarterfinal, also De La Salle, and just last night, Saginaw Heritage. Last night was an interesting game in a couple of different ways. First of all, the Cougars scored first and did not win. That's rarely been the case this season. Nate Sova buried a shorthanded goal just 5 minutes into the game on the giveaway from the Saginaw Heritage goaltender, Max Yaw. So the Cougars were looking good, but they could not convert on the power play. They ended up getting 4 consecutive man advantages from the first period to the second period and couldn't score on any of them, which allowed the Heritage Hawks to step through that open door and collect the victory. In fact, the Cougars actually allowed a shorthanded goal in addition to scoring one. So for Mike Slobodnik's team, they're trying to find their special teams swerve again, and they were previously averaging more than a power play goal per game. Now, though, they've gone dry on the power play. They are 0 for their past 11, dating back over parts of the past 5 games. The last power play goal the Cougars scored was Andrew Wormuth against Byron Center back on January the 4th. So the Cougars got their overtime breakthrough a week ago tonight against Forest Hills Central on the road, but again, couldn't convert that second consecutive win. They haven't been able to string together victories since back right around Thanksgiving. So they won't be able to do that. They can't work on that right now, but what they can do is bounce back, which they have been able to do recently. A little more intel on Midland Dow. Last year's Chargers went 8-4 with their leading scorer this year, Billy Van Sumeren, leading the scoring charge. He had 33 points last year. This year, he already has 29 in just 11 games. So be on the lookout for number 98 in green if you are a Cougars fan. He's the player to stop. But also several players with gaudy stat lines. Ryan Pomeranke, chief among them, he has 11 goals and 19 total points. The Midland Dow Chargers have outscored their foes on the season 60-30, so doubling up opponents, and the Cougars closer to the break-even point. So Catholic Central still plenty of time to get things rolling. Still a month or so to go, give or take, before the start of the regional playoffs. And honestly, nothing to lose here against a team from outside the conference. Doesn't affect them in the standings one way or the other, but it does allow them, if they can get a win and play well, to build up some confidence and start to get things moving in a positive direction as they will return to OK Conference play next Friday against Forest Hills Northern and Eastern. So with an eye on the future, the Cougars are focused here on the present. Now, I said last night briefly that it was going to be open house night, alumni night, if you will, evening after the conclusion of this game. That has been postponed, so don't worry if you're not here. You didn't miss it. We'll be able to hopefully enjoy those festivities later on in the season. Still the COVID risk up there, so authorities in charge here at Catholic Central decided just to push that back, hopefully just a couple of weeks, as we still have a few home games left on the schedule before the start of the regional playoffs. The last time these two teams met, like I mentioned, that was the 2020 state quarterfinals, won by Midland Dow in triple overtime. Gabe Sova, then a sophomore, now a senior, scored twice for Catholic Central, but so did Ryan Pomeranke. And both of those players are in their third varsity seasons. Yeah, there's a couple of guys on both sides of today's matchup who did play the last time these two teams met, but it's not often. Just like we saw last night with Saginaw Heritage, there might be a feeling out process early, but certainly these two teams will be ready, willing, and able to fire it up here, as they won't play again until next weekend. In fact, Midland Dow was supposed to play yesterday against Forest Hills Northern and Eastern, but that game was postponed for undetermined reasons, so the Chargers haven't played in a week's time. Of course, the Cougars have the quick turnaround, but when you lose on Friday, that means you're extra motivated on the Saturday when you do have these back-to-back weekend situations. Okay, time's running out on the warm-up. We'll take a quick break here on Cougar Puck Radio and bring it back for the drop of the puck as Catholic Central tries to return to 500 and bounce back from last night, while Midland Dow also is trying to rebound from a 2-1 loss to Lake Orion in their most recent matchup out at Traverse City. This is Matt Gajtka, and we are live from the Southside Ice Arena in Byron Center, just off 100th Street. Keep it right here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Southside Ice Arena to this afternoon's contest between the H.H. Dow Chargers and your Catholic Central Cougars. Dow and Catholic Central respect all spectators, participants, and show respect toward each other as well as our officials. We put today's competition in proper perspective by first pausing for prayer. Thank you, Lord, for the gift of life. Thank you for the ability to participate today, whether as a player, coach, official, or spectator. Keep us mindful that our abilities are gifts from you. Open the minds of these athletes to play with pride in themselves, their school, and their family, and perform with the highest respect for their worthy opponents. As always, we do this in your name. Amen. Now let's meet the starters for both schools. First, the guests on the scoreboard, H.H. Dow Chargers. Starting on defense, number 3, Michael Kale. On defense, number 14, Connor Dunlap. On a forward, number 10, Caden Cripps. On forward, number 13, Ryan Pomeranke. On the forward, number 98, Billy Van Sumeren. In goal for the Chargers, number 35, Colin Lemansky. The Chargers are coached by Dick Blasey. And now for your Catholic Central Cougars on defense, number 10, Henry Kwiatkowski. On defense, number 17, Ian Schweiger. And a forward, number 5, Ryder Mulvey. A forward, number 12, Nate Silva. A forward, number 13, Braylon Outwater. In goal for the Cougars, number 31, Trent Goheen. The Cougars are coached by Mike Silvanek, assisted by Mike Moss, Joel Kwiatkowski, and Josh Stella. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Veteran and active military may render the appropriate salute. And join us singing our national anthem as we honor our country and the men and women who proudly defend it.
We're moments from puck drop at the Southside Ice Arena. Thank you for watching on Cougar Puck Radio. I am Matt Gajtka, here bringing you the play-by-play once again here for the second time in as many days, second time in less than 24 hours that Catholic Central will try to defend home ice here. This afternoon, it's against the Midland Dow Chargers with a record of 7-3-2. Catholic Central also with 7 wins, but they want to try to even their record as they have 8 losses and the 1 tie, also to their credit. Trent Goheen is in the Cougars' net once again. Goheen with a record of 5-8-1, a save percentage north of .900, and a goals against average of 1.5. Also 1 shutout for him. The goaltender of record for Midland Dow, the #1 netminder for Coach Richard Blasey's team, Colin Lemansky, the senior, 6-1-2 with a .951 save percentage. Going to be another tough nut to crack for the Cougars this afternoon after Max Yaw got the better of them, stopping 31-32 last night. Centering pass right at the middle of the ice for Lemansky. Flashback to last night when Yaw gave one away right to Nate Sova, but this time it works out for the Chargers. A backhand chance for Van Sumeren right off the hop, and it's stopped by Goheen. He pins it to the side of the net 24 seconds in. Billy Van Sumeren, the senior right-handed shooter, towering figure on the ice, wears number 98. 19 goals, 10 assists, 29 points, and 16 penalty minutes. He leads the Chargers in all 4 of those categories. Cross-ring pass clangs off the skate of Grant Kuykendall. He heads down ice, but that's fended off nicely by Tucker Pomeranke. There's a couple of Pomerankes on the Chargers, so I'll use the first and last name both times, and if you're used to me calling Cougars games, you know the drill. Cougars have 3 sets of brothers on the squad. Van Sumeren trying to lead it up ahead, and he does have Caden Kritz, but it's poked off his stick. However, there will be a penalty as it drifts in on Goheen, and he holds. Just 50 seconds into this one, it appears Catholic Central is about to go short. Shane Kwiatkowski to the penalty box for hooking. So the first Midland Dow power play gets going. Best I can tell from available stats, the Chargers are 3 for 24. But some incomplete box scores out there. I'm not quite sure their efficacy on the power play in the end. As the wrist shot goes wide from Tucker Pomeranke. From the corner, Jack Wallahan, one of the top scorers for this team. Wrist shot by Connor Dunlap goes over the top off a deflection. Sharp angle try there from Wallahan. He missed everything. I think the net is possibly off its peg. No, it just got bumped a little bit. And the Cougars clear. Zach Westrick on the charge here, patrolling here against Connor Dunlap. Dunlap makes the pass up the far wing, and now near side taking it on the move, Tucker Pomeranke. Pomeranke burrowing into the circle. A backhand goes wide of the net and in behind. Wallahan takes it from the corner. Filters it behind the net again. Max Rostello left it behind, right out in front of the net. It hops, and a save made by Goheen, and jabbed down the ice by the Cougars. Riley Wagner redirects this one ahead. Pardon me, that was Nolan Sanders. The Midland Dow Chargers in the green and gold. They have to go chase for this puck. It'll be the goaltender Lemansky in the corner. Fed it up the far side wall. Billy Van Sumeren takes it on the move. Van Sumeren on his off wing, right in, and lost control of the puck at the last moment. He was bumped by Henry Holloman. 45 seconds left on the first power play of this game. Goes to the Chargers. Wrist shot from the top of the circle by Ryan Pomeranke. That's stopped by Goheen, and no further play. Ryan Pomeranke has 11 goals. That's easily ranking second on this squad. It's Van Sumeren with 19, Ryan Pomeranke with 11. Then the next player on the list is Nolan Sanders with 5. So not exactly as balanced as what we saw from Saginaw Heritage yesterday, or the Cougars, in fact. But it's working so far for the Chargers. Kritz to the far side. Van Sumeren's wrister was blocked. Andrew Wormuth fronted him and took away his shooting option. Now cross-ring pass. Kale to the far side circle. Handed off. Van Sumeren hit the post with the shot, and the net's off its peg on the right side. Close call for the Chargers with 18 seconds to go on that power play. That's a couple of times I've seen that net rattle a little bit. It wasn't a problem last night at all. It's interesting. We had a youth game here prior to this that saw the Hawks, based out of Walker Ice and Fitness, going up against the homestanding Fox Motors club. Fox Motors won it, but game went a little bit long. That's why this face-off is delayed. It was supposed to be 2 o'clock, more like 2:20 in the end. Losing his balance is Michael Kale out by the line. He has to backpedal here. He was under extreme duress from Nate Sova. Now Ryan Pomeranke risks it wide of the net from the center ice area. Chipped around by Ian Schweigert. The Cougars have killed it off. So that's been a positive on the weekend. They killed all 5 of the power plays against them yesterday against the Saginaw Heritage Hawks. That was no easy task against a high-powered offensive team like that. Ryan Pomeranke fed it in behind the goal. That's where the Cougars retrieve. But Nate Sova unable to tip it by Kale at the point. Kale on the handoff here looking for Skinner. Want to go back to Kale, and this puck is flipped up over the top of the bleachers and about 10 feet from me to the right. Haven't seen one get back here to the top level yet this year. The faceoff will be in Cougars real estate with 13:34 to go in the first. Back to even strength. So Catholic Central now 6 for 6 on the weekend on the penalty kill. This reminds me of a couple of weekends ago when they beat Jenison and then fell on a close one to De La Salle. The penalty kill was turned up that night, or those 2 nights as well. That's the last time they played back-to-back games. Just had the 1 game last weekend, then we're playing back-to-backs again next weekend. Long-range shot. Goheen has some trouble with it as he coughs up the rebound, but his teammates take care of that. Glove down by Max Rostello. His attempted play toward the middle of the ice is intercepted by Nolan Nemesek. And the Cougars can get things going here, but I spoke too fast. They're offside. The Cougars have been up and down since the new year. They went to overtime against Byron Center, lost that one 3-2. They beat Jenison on the road, fell to De La Salle, beat Forest Hills Central, and lost last night to Saginaw Heritage. Pretty much the definition of back and forth right now with their results. Wormuth gunned it around the wood. It ends up on this near side and tossed up and out of play again. Bangs off the aluminum here on this side of the glass. And that'll mean a face-off in Chargers territory. 12:47 remaining in the first period. Midland Dow's got quite a few OK conference opponents coming up this season, starting with this one, in fact. That begins a trend. They'll face Granville, Byron Center, and Christian. A chance in front of the net, Wormuth, and he's denied. First save of the game for Colin Lemansky, and it was a sharp one. Off the stick, you could hear it from up here. Icing against the visitors. That'll bring the face-off back. Nate Sova, the sophomore, has goals in 2 in a row, giving him 4 on the season. He's 2 behind his big brother Gabe, who leans in during this face-off, trying to pluck the puck free. He'll charge in after it here. Jack Wallahan, though, tossed it to the sideboards, and it's cleared again by the Chargers, this time right in on net, so Goheen has to play it. Bad break there for Catholic Central, but try to make something of it here. Ian Schweigert couldn't clear. Kale closed things down by the point. Now Henry Kwiatkowski slugs it around the boards, and the puck hops up on edge, and that's a bad break for the Cougars as well. It'll roll all the way down. It's going all the way around the boards. That thing had plenty of momentum. Even after the warm-up, the first period always a little bit choppier in terms of ice conditions than the second and the third because you have the warm-ups prior to the start of the game. You have to be stronger on the bottom hand if you're stick handling or shooting. Van Sumeren, wrist one, and a pad save by Goheen off the face-off win for Midland Dow. Right in on net, Goheen played it with his goal stick. He had the paddle down, and then he had to pounce out on top of his blue paint to hold it with 12 minutes to go in the first period. No score, Midland Dow and Catholic Central. Much like Catholic Central, Midland Dow's got a tradition of success. They've won 4 regional titles, not quite as many as Catholic Central, but recently they've gotten a couple, 2020 and 2018. Backhand chance there, and Lemansky shuts down the opportunity for Nate Sova. He was going for goals in 3 in a row and going for the first goal in 3 games in a row. That's even more rare. But anyway, Midland Dow won the regional title in 2020 pre-COVID. They made the Final Four that year, and I guess who knows how far they would have gone because everyone got shut down in March of 2020. Nate Sova pinned up against the boards right in front of the USA Hockey advertising logo on the boards. There's Ryder Mulvey taking over. Mulvey and Nate Sova have been a frequent duo for Coach Mike Slobodnik, but this time they can't make anything happen. To the middle, Van Sumeren shot it off the outside of the net as he tried to catch Goheen going the wrong way on the pass from Caden Kritz. That was a nice pass there that nearly led to the opening tally. This will be icing against the Cougars again. So an icing one way and icing the other way early on. Coach Mike Slobodnik assisted by Joel Kwiatkowski, Mike Moss, and Josh Stella behind the Cougars bench, which is on the right of your screen. On the left of your screen, the visitors, Richard Blasey, assisted by Casey, Chris, and Cody Kiefer. Don't say that 5 times fast. Connor Dunlap knocks it out to center ice, and it's the Cougars' Nolan Nemesek, the junior, shooting in. But the Cougars couldn't get to that loose puck. 11 minutes to go in the first period. In on it first, Max Rostello for the green-clad Chargers. Cougars in their white jerseys, usually what they wear at home. A chance in front on a rebound, and Goheen shut that one down on the opportunity from Jack Coppins. Coppins, the big lefty, senior, knocked down after he got the shot off. Players separated. It got a little testy between the Hawks and the Cougars last night. It's always interesting to see how quickly the dislike develops over the course of a game when two teams that don't play each other get together. Off the face-off win, and a slap shot is deflected out of play. Isaac Skinner got all of that, but it hit something on the way. I don't think Goheen touched it. It was off a Cougar in front, and so they'll face it off again from that left circle. Off the draw, Ian Schweigert, the backhand play. Nemesek's out by the line. He'll take this puck and clear it right past Connor Dunlap. Here come the Cougars now. Down the far wing side, it's a shot from Watt. Save, rebound, and it's flushed away to the corner. Liam Watt was close last night late in the game to making it 3-2 and making it very interesting, and this time he almost makes it 1-0 Catholic Central on the chance. Down the right wing side, big Liam Watt. Sanders trying to get the shot off. Ends up over in the corner. Ian Schweigert touches up, and this is a penalty against Catholic Central again. Slashing this time as the call with 10:10 to go in the first. Zach Westrick goes leg over leg into the penalty box. Still nothing on the board here. Now both teams have gotten quality opportunities. Unable to convert yet. Here's an open chance. Van Sumeren shot, save Goheen. And the rebound hopped in behind him. And someone cleared that out. I think it was Shane Kwiatkowski. Turning to try to clear this one, Gabe Sova, but it's intercepted by Van Sumeren. He shot wide of the goal. Perhaps intentionally as Caden Kritz hopped on the puck. But now Shane Kwiatkowski sends a bouncer out beyond the blue line and all the way down the ice. He got that by Michael Kale. Here's a giveaway, though. Andrew Wormuth killing a penalty, as he usually is. His pass, he was looking for Gabe Sova. Wormuth is on it here. Wormuth, who memorably killed off nearly 20 seconds down 2 men at Jenison a couple of weeks ago. Again, is a burr in the saddle for the Chargers this time. Van Sumeren cutting inside. Van Sumeren open, shooting, and Goheen says no again. Trent Goheen's ready to go this afternoon, that's for sure. Billy Van Sumeren in his bid for number 20 on the season. He wanted to go high glove side, but Goheen shut it down. 9:22 left in the first. Van Sumeren, a big body, but also can carry plenty of speed through the neutral zone. He's the total package offensively. Can see why he's put up the numbers that he has, and he has it out by the top of the left circle. Over to Kale, wristing, blocked by the Cougars, and Nate Sova did the job that time. Nate, who had the shorty last night, pressuring here. The pass comes cross rink as the Chargers switch the point of attack. Isaac Skinner holding and filtering to the far wing. Van Sumeren checked there heavily by Kwiatkowski. Van Sumeren down to both knees, and he hooks it somehow into the corner. From behind the net, Skinner. He's confronted there by Shane Kwiatkowski. Out to the line, Van Sumeren just barely held it in. Down to 29 seconds to go on this power play. The second of the afternoon. Early going here for Midland Dow. Centering pass. And Isaac Skinner chopped it, but guess who was there again to stick check? Shane Kwiatkowski. Van Sumeren's bouncing pass to the front of the net. The Chargers get a hack at it. That was Ryan Pomeranke, but it went wide. Skinner settling things down, finding Kale, but the pass goes under his stick. And you hear the pounding of the goal stick on the ice from Colin Lemansky. The power play is over. The Midland Dow goalie alerting his teammates to that fact. Ryan Pomeranke, he was belted down. And another penalty against Catholic Central. Boy, this is almost exactly like how last night went. 3 consecutive penalties against the home team. And it's Shane Kwiatkowski, who had to have been pretty exhausted at the end of that penalty-killing shift. He did a wonderful job, but called for the trip after the power play expires, just 6 seconds following the return to 5-on-5. So right back to the PK go the Cougars. Well, now they're 9 for 9 on the weekend. So one side of the special teams is clicking. Sometimes one side can carry the other for a while over the course of a season. You just can't have both go south at once. And the PK has been effective here, with some big help from Trent Goheen, of course. Here's a clear. The Cougars have gotten those 200-foot clears as well to relieve pressure and force the opponent to skate the entire length of the rink. Connor Dunlap with a strong move, though. He fires far side. Nolan Sanders picks it up on the move. Sanders twisting to the outside, belted down by Holloman cleanly. Now Goheen makes a stick save on the shot from the side boards by Jack Wallahan, and it deflects out of play. 7:31 remaining in the first period. The Chargers are 3-1-1 since the start of the new year. So they've hit a run of strong play as they come in here today. Their lone game of the weekend. Did not play last night. They were supposed to against Forest Hills Northern and Eastern. Another sharp angle chance, and Goheen makes another save there on Nolan Sanders, and Goheen pins it down. Looks like the Chargers are planning to put a lot of pucks on net. That wasn't quite the strategy for Saginaw Heritage last night. The Hawks ended up with just 23 shots in the 3-1 win. They were outshot by 9 by Catholic Central, in fact. The power play especially just couldn't get pucks through for the most part against Trent Goheen. Tie up off the draw. It's poked back to the point by Skinner. This is Kale breaking down low now, making his stick available. Kale's in the slot as back to hold down the fort is Ryan Pomeranke. Pomeranke to Kale. Now Skinner. Back to Kale. Out high. Kale finds Skinner, kicks it to his stick. 7 minutes to go in the period. Wrist shots, and that never got through and unable to be cleared. Van Sumeren picked it off to Skinner. Out high. Kale wanted to go to Van Sumeren for a one-timer, but the pass was too far ahead. He had to kick it back to his stick. Centering pass here. Picked off, looking for Pomeranke. Now Van Sumeren's wrister. That's blocked out high. Good job by Gabe Sova to get in the way of that one. Down to the final half minute of this power play. Van Sumeren slows things down. Try to make a diagonal pass to Pomeranke. That's broken up. And was that a whistle and a stoppage in play for delay? Not intentional delay of game, I should say. A delay because of the net again being displaced behind Trent Goheen, the sophomore who's claimed the #1 net-minding spot here this season for Catholic Central. The Cougars came into the year just curious to see what would happen with 2 sophomores, neither of which played last year in Goheen and Max Moore. This is Goheen's 14th appearance, 14th start as well. We'll do it again off the draw. And it'll stay in Cougars territory. 27 seconds left on this power play. A clean win. Back to Michael Kale. He avoids the checking of Braylon Outwater. Does Kale. Feeds it to the corner. This is Skinner trying to go back to Kale. He hacks at it, but he only hit the outside of the net. Still the Chargers have it. Van Sumeren, cross rink, off the stick of a Cougar and out to center. Good play by Outwater to break it up. Now Kale ran into trouble. Quickendall picks it off. He's in shorthanded, and he missed the net. Just firing wide of the left post. Grant Quickendall as the power play expires for Midland Dow. They're 0 for 2. And the Cougars are now 9 for their last 9, killing off penalties. Trying to feed it back toward the middle, Ryan Pomeranke. That's off a stick and all the way back in on the Midland Dow net. Lemansky swings it up this near side. Here comes Ryan Pomeranke, but the Chargers are offside. 5:41 to go. in period number 1. Actually, I said 9 for 9. The Cougars are 10 for 10 on the weekend, killing off penalties. They've extinguished all 3 this afternoon. Now it's time to get on the attack in the final stages of the first period. Nemesek, the shoot in. He's going in after it. But Tucker Pomeranke has it. Drifted away from him. Zach Westrick was right there to take advantage of the turnover. Now it's bogged down in the corner. Andrew Morrison. He feeds near wing. Chargers again can't clear. Puck's in the skates of Kale. Now it's back up in the possession of the Cougars. Alex Sager spins one near side. Ian Schweigert shot in. Westrick went down behind the net. Now here come the Chargers trying to take advantage of one-player trap, but looks like the Cougars are going to be able to shut down that rush. Strong check. Good gap there by Ian Schweigert to knock Tucker Pomeranke off the puck. That was just good fundamental defense. Here's Schweigert driving it ahead. Lemansky helps it along to the far wing. Sova has the puck in his skates. That's Nate Sova, the sophomore. But he's dispossessed. And here are the Chargers. Cross-ring pass. Max Rostello couldn't pull it around Ian Schweigert, who backpedaled to defend well. Cross-corner dump. Big bounce off the end boards. Here's Nate Sova swirling a pass in front, and Mulvey's denied on the one-time chance. Still free. It trickles in. I don't know how it went in, but they score. Mulvey got the initial chance. Lemansky was scrambling, and next thing I knew, the puck was spitting in behind him, under him, in fact. First man through the handshake line is Mulvey. Maybe it's his. With 4:20 left in the first period, the Cougars, against the run of play, have gotten the first goal. Kudos to the referees as well. Sometimes you'll see an early whistle in those situations, but not so this time. And it benefits the Cougars. It was just hanging out in a tie-up at the top of the crease was the puck. Lemansky makes this save and holds on after the center ice face-off win. Cougars 1, Midland Dow 0 from the Southside Ice Arena. Mulvey got the last clear shot, and then after that, it was a free-for-all. Hard to tell. We'll wait for that announcement. Henry Kwiatkowski pinches down the wall. Swats at that puck that was high above his head. Backhand clear attempt by Nolan Sanders doesn't get out. Now the Cougars have a little bit extra jump after the puck went in. Drew Schweigert, Ryder Mulvey going cross rink. Ian Schweigert gets credit for the goal. Nate Sova on the assist. Okay. I know there were 3, maybe 4 Cougars involved in that scramble for the puck, and it sounds like Ian Schweigert got there first. So Schweigert from Nate Sova. That's Nate Sova's 10th assist of the season to lead the team. Gabe Sova has this puck, wearing one of the captain C's for the Cougars, handed it off to Andrew Wormuth, another co-captain. Now Kuykendall steps up. Kuykendall falls down as he ran into resistance there in the form of Jack Coppins. Or pardon, that was Riley Wagner, actually. Wagner trying to defend here against Gabe Sova, who chips it behind him into the corner. Sova pulls up, lost an edge as he tried to stop quickly. And now Keegan Lewick headmans it. The Chargers denied entry at the line. Back comes Catholic Central. Under 3 to go in the first period. Kuykendall steps on the brakes. Kuykendall backhand chance. He was going up against 2 defenders, and Riley Wagner blocked it with Tucker Pomeranke serving as backup. Shane Kwiatkowski couldn't keep it in the offensive zone. It's Billy Van Sumeren. Van Sumeren dragged it between the skates of Berta and shot one, but that hit the skate of Berta, and he flexes that left foot to shake off the sting as he deflected that puck out of play. So the official announcement was Ian Schweigert getting the goal. He's hit the post a couple of times in recent games, so nice to see the breaks go his way in this situation. His first of the season to go with 6 assists. Deflected chance out high in the slot. Save made there by Goheen. Loose now. Van Sumeren tries to turn it on goal. He can't. That was denied by a Cougars defender. 2:23 left in the first period. High off the glass. Caden Kritz gloved it down. Liam Watt ran right through him, bulldozer style. Now Westrick hacking in there. The puck is pinned against the boards. Watt, he's talking to the referee right now. I'm not sure about what. And Berta ends up shooting in after all that. Watt was tied up there, and we have a penalty. And it might be against Midland Dow the way the Chargers are reacting. I don't want to speak too soon, though. I've done that a couple of times this year. No, not a penalty, but a face-off down in Cougars territory. So it was an intentional offside, I want to say, is what was called there. Pardon me about that. Poked right in on goal after the face-off win by Kritz, and Goheen sticked it away. Trent Goheen's been active, and he's got a 1-0 lead along with the rest of his teammates. Mulvey swooping in to try to take this to the front of the net. Mulvey still working hard. It ends up the side of the net, and Lemansky gets the whistle. Colin Lemansky making the save. Not an easy goalie to beat this year with a save percentage of .951 coming in, but the Cougars and Ian Schweigert poked one by him on the goalmouth scramble just a couple of minutes ago. Now 1:45 left before the break. Loose puck off the draw, ends up in the slot and fired out of danger by Midland Dow. And the Chargers' Nolan Sanders did the job there. Goheen played it right by an on-charging Dow player. Mulvey passing it into the skates of Nate Soba, who handles it ably. Soba into the middle, a shot by Outwater, stopped by Lemansky. Nearly a 2-0 lead for the Cougars, but Lemansky comes up with his own strong save. He's seen it at the other end from Goheen a couple of times. To the line, Ian Schweigert shooting, deflected in on Lemansky, and he makes the save. He tracked that well to hold it after it hit him right in the chest. Line change for the Cougars with 1:10 left in the first. Good face-off win there from Andrew Wormuth. Wormuth handles. He's got Gabe Sova, gives it to him, and a save by Lemansky. Wraparound chance in front. Oh, that didn't get through. It was blocked in front of the net. Michael Kale bailed out his goaltender. It was an open net, except for the defender standing there. Lemansky was out to lunch. Now a chance on a falling shot by Pomeranke and glove by Goheen. Ryan Pomeranke, the senior, with an athletic move as he sliced between the circles, but didn't get a lot on that shot, and Goheen flagged it down easily. 49 seconds to go in the first period. Could be a deceptive play, though, when a player falls down, as Van Sumeren guns this off a stick and into the corner. Van Sumeren again right through the crease with that shot pass. Gabe Sova feeding it on left wing. This is Kuykendall. Long-distance shot just over the blue line. And Lemansky pins it down with 35 seconds remaining in the first. Ian Schweigert's got the Cougars ahead with his first goal of the season, the junior defender. Gets one at even strength, assisted by Nate Sova. I have to figure Ryder Mulvey is going to get an assist on that one too, considering he shot the puck. I'd have to think so. That caused all the chaos at the front of the net. Van Sumeren's backhand slips by Caden Kritz. 20 seconds left in the first period. And cleared out of there by Preston Berto, who's getting a lot of ice time lately. He's become one of the reliable defenders here. For Coach Mike Slobodnik, 10 seconds to go in the period. Now Berta trying to swat it away. He's got a tough assignment against Van Sumeren, but he did force it up the boards. And with help of Liam Watt, the Cougars clear. A mishandle at center by Midland Dow, but it's not going to matter as Westrick hops on the puck as the buzzer sounds, ending the first period. Ian Schweigert's first of the year has the Cougars on top 1-0. We'll take a break, and after 12 minutes, bring it right back here for the start of period number 2. Cougars on top. Keep it right here on Cougar Puck Radio. 1-0 Catholic Central ahead on an Ian Schweigert first period goal. And yes, we looked at the replay, and it does appear that Ian got the magic wand in there to poke it under. Midland Dow goaltender Colin Lemansky on a scramble for the puck. I'm going to guess we're going to see assists to Ryder Mulvey and Nate Sova in the end after all that. Sova got the only one on the official score sheet to this point, but I believe video review will show that Mulvey should get something for that, as it was his initial shot that threw the puck into the mix and started the chase for the biscuit. One of the great moments in hockey, a loose puck battle right at the top of the crease. Gotta love it, especially when it goes in the net for you. And the Cougars could have used maybe a break like that last night or in a couple of the games they've lost recently, but what's important is they have one here tonight. And it was all triggered by tenacity and good offensive play. Van Sumeren shoots this off a stick into the far corner, and we are playing hockey in the second period. Ryan Pomeranke tried to cut inside for a shot. Van Sumeren turns it on goal from close range. That's at least his 5th shot attempt of this game, and again, Goheen gets the better of him. This will go for an icing call just barely on the fresh surface. 25 seconds into the second period. If the Cougars were to win here today, they will have alternated wins and losses in their past 5 games. Pardon me, 6 actually, dating back to that OT loss against Byron Center. A one-time shot, and Goheen had to be sharp to push over to stop Connor Dunlap, who got a lot on that, on one knee, no real windup. Just popped it on net and right on target from 50 feet. Face off from the left circle now. Early second period. This is Matt Gajtka on the play-by-play from Southside Ice Arena, home of the Cougars. The open house and alumni day festivities were postponed, so just a hockey game today as the wrist shot from Kritz is stopped by Goheen. Caden Kritz has been lurking too in this game, number 10 in green. Cougars in white, Midland Dow in green and gold. Kuykendall's attempted shoot-in hit the back of the leg of Gabe Sova and hopped over into the Cougars bench. 16:10 left in the second period. Both of these teams have played Saginaw Heritage, who the Cougars fell to 3-1 last night. The Chargers beat Saginaw Heritage 3-1. The Chargers ranked in the top 5 by at least one poll here in the state of Michigan. They've done well since the new year, especially losing just the one time to Lake Orion last week up at Traverse City as their travels to the west side of the state continue. Play broken up at the Midland Dow line. Isaac Skinner wanted to shuffle it ahead, but he gave it right to Nate Sova, who for the first time in 3 games did not score the opening goal of this one, but he did get a point on it, an assist. So he's been a catalyst out there early in games. Ian Schweigert on the shoot-in. He has the only goal in this one so far. A minute and a half into the second period. Nolan Sanders redirected this one up into the attack zone. Isaac Skinner on the move, shooting off the glove of Goheen. A good save. Skinner had his corner picked, and he hit it, but Goheen was ready. Now Outwater in a potential 3-on-2 rush, but he's at the end of his shift, so he has to shoot in and head off to the bench. Westrick laying a check. So does Liam Watt, who's had a strong opening period plus this afternoon. Nemesek backhanded that right to a Charger. Jack Wallahan feeds it near a wing. Sanders helps it along further. Holloman to the far side, picked off there by Max Rostello, the senior with 11 points on the year. 9 of those assists. Wants to set one up in the middle here, but it's taken away, and Liam Watt taps it ahead with one hand on his stick. Connor Dunlap, headman pass. Look out. Big check from Holloman, who stepped up on Coppins to send him flying. Andrew Morrison in the corner. Wanted to feed it back to the point and got it there. Connor Dunlap put it on net with some traffic, and Goheen saw it to make the save with Rostello in his kitchen. This is going to be offside against Midland Dow. They have to tag up, do the Chargers, and they don't. So that should bring the faceoff up ahead into the attack zone for the Cougars, I would think. No, they're going to drop it. Oh, they will drop it up into the attacking zone. Okay. I was going to say I could hear the lines person yell from up here that it was offside, so it should be intentional. Andrew Wormuth dropping down to take this draw against Ryan Pomeranke, and Pomeranke of Midland Dow wins it back behind his net. Connor Dunlap's backhand hit the sideboards. Billy Van Sumeren, 19 goals on the year. Stopping on a dime, feeding a man coming late. Wrist shot, save made on Kale's chance. Now another opportunity, and Goheen pins it between the pads. 3 minutes gone in the second period. Both teams have had looks, and the Chargers especially have come out charged up. Three consecutive strong seasons for Midland Dow, one of the powerful programs in the state of Michigan. Good test here for the Cougars. Van Sumeren passed it on the backhand to the side of the net, trying to make something happen there, Rostello, but not to be. The Cougars force it down into Chargers real estate. Kuykendall let that one go, but stepping up, unable to keep it in, was Henry Kwiatkowski. Now it comes loose to Gabe Sova for a wrist shot that hit a body in the low slot. Shane Kwiatkowski steps up to push this further. Now it's Kuykendall handing off in the corner, centering pass from Mulvey, and it's picked off by Van Sumeren. Long shift for him. He goes inside and out on Preston Berta. Van Sumeren steady as she goes down the wing. Now a wrap try in front, and it's picked off at the point of attack by Mulvey. Ryder Mulvey, 6 goals, 6 assists on the year. He's available in the middle, but Shane Kwiatkowski's going to make the pass off the boards safely off to Outwater, who hammers it out. Nate Sova, speed rush down the wing. Lemansky played it away from the front of his net, but not too far from the front of his net. Mulvey tapped it behind the goal. It eluded the reach of Nate Sova. Shane Kwiatkowski hopping on it. Mulvey takes a swing. He couldn't connect. 12:45 left in the second period. Cougars with the only goal in this game so far. Ian Schweigert scored it back in the first. Outwater, the pass out to the point. There is that man again. The wrist shot from, or pardon me, that was Sager. 7, not 17. Alex Sager got it to the front of the net, but not on goal. Now Outwater. The one-touch chip to Zach Westrick. Outwater, he's got Nate Sova in the middle briefly, but the Chargers cover him. Back to the line. Sager shot deflected. Just wide of the net. Outwater with a prime chance. Outwater again trying to find it in his skates. Cannot do it. And it's Van Sumeren for Midland Dow, eventually settling things down. He has some space up the center of the ice. Now he'll charge down left wing. Van Sumeren, elusive to the front of the net for the one-time shot from Skinner that Goheen stopped. Held in at the point. Michael Kale shooting, never got through. It's free between the circles. Liam Watt on the move, protecting the puck to the outside, but he's stripped by Connor Dunlap. Lead pass, trying to find Nolan Sanders, but it's deflected away from his reach. Chargers have to tag up on the offside. Delayed, and they do. Right back into the Cougars' side of the ice. 11.5 to go in the second period. Nolan Nemesek. The quick give off to Liam Watt. Chips it off the kick plate, and one of the Chargers tripped and knocked down. That's Michael Kale. And guess what? Another Midland Dow power play. The Chargers' 4th of the afternoon. And for the second time, Zach Westrick is guilty of a minor penalty. Westrick has 2 penalties, and Shane Kwiatkowski has 2 penalties. This with 11:26 to go in the second period. Westrick slams his stick down in frustration. He had a sense that the Cougars were getting something going, even strength, but now they'll have to put on their penalty-killing skates again. Sanders went down hard off the draw, and the Cougars' Henry Holloman slams it down 200 feet. Catholic Central's killed off all 10 power plays against this weekend. Tucker Pomeranke trying the outside. Does a button hook, tries to find a man. Good play there to break it up. Gabe Sova wanted to charge ahead shorthanded. Instead left it for Wormuth, who shoots on goal. A bouncing shot that Lemansky guides away to the side wall. Wormuth's on it again. A chop and a hack and a whack, and it ends up in behind the Chargers' net. Max Rostello angles a pass, but right to Nate Sova at center ice. Now he wants to kill some time, but he spun it right back into the clutches of Connor Dunlap. Dunlap's backhand dish behind the goal line, but jammed out of there by Ian Schweigert, and the Chargers have to go fish. 10.5 to go in the second period. 1 minute left on this power play. Their 4th of the afternoon. Ryder Mulvey hightails it behind the net. He bumps into Max Rostello. Rostello couldn't get it by Mulvey. Mulvey now sandwiched by a couple of Chargers over there, but that means the puck is free, and it's shot down the ice one more time by Ian Schweigert. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Chargers nearly coughed it up, but Van Sumeren is there to again, slow things down and possess the puck. He's good at that. Here comes big number 98, Billy Van Sumeren. To the outside, defended well by Henry Holloman. Van Sumeren wanted to make the pass out to the point, and he lost his stick. Cougars maybe can push the pace here. It's Watt. He's got Nemesek going to the net. Watt shoots down low on Lemansky, who makes the save. 20 seconds left on the power play. Headman pass. Van Sumeren looking to get it back there from Tucker Pomeranke. Couldn't do it. Shane Kwiatkowski breaks ahead shorthanded. Kwiatkowski wanted to drag it, and he was hacked on the way. It'll be a penalty against the Chargers, the first of the afternoon. A hold against Midland Dow. Kwiatkowski, who's gone to the box twice himself, this time draws a call. .9:32 remaining in the second period. Michael Kale, the senior defenseman, is in the box. Thank you for watching Cougar Puck Radio. You can subscribe to get notifications when we go live. Tonight's broadcast a little bit later than what we anticipated, or I should say today's. Mulvey turns this on net during the 4-on-4, a brief 4-on-4. We had a game previous to this one go long due to a rules dispute of all things. Couldn't sort out some penalties late in that one. And is this icing? It is. Apparently ruled to have been shot down the ice when we were still in the 4-on-4 situation. I'm not sure about that, actually, but it benefits the Cougars, and they'll take it. With 9:19 to go in the second period and 1:47 left on this first power play of the afternoon for Catholic Central. Trying to split the weekend here at home against a couple of teams from the eastern side of the state of Michigan. Gabe Sova gets to the puck and finds Kuykendall on the indirect. Kuykendall taps it. Gabe Sova creeping into the circle. Now fed it behind the net. Cougars return it out to the line. Shane Kwiatkowski. Cross rink. Gabe Sova. Nate Sova takes the handoff from Mulvey. Nate to Kwiatkowski. Shot, score! A dart to the shelf from Shane Kwiatkowski. And the Cougars convert on their first power play of the afternoon. That's a big one. 2-0 Catholic Central. 2 goals on the afternoon, both by defensemen. Shane Kwiatkowski couldn't fire a better shot than that. And the Cougars look strong and confident, decisive on that power play. That's been lacking a bit lately, but they scored their first power play goal in their last 12 attempts, dating back to the first game of the new year against Byron Center on the 4th. So it's been a couple of weeks, but the Cougars get a PPG. Kwiatkowski's second of the year. And it looks like for the second consecutive goal, Nate Sova and Ryder Mulvey are going to pick up the 2 assists. Unless I saw it wrong, as Van Sumeren takes this lead pass. You know, he's going to be trying to find a way to cut into this deficit, so might be taking some chances at some point. Shane Kwiatkowski, his second of the year, and it is Nate Sova and Ryder Mulvey on the assists, so my eyes did not deceive me. The power play goal gets the Cougars in a strong spot here at home. Kuykendall down the boards. The Cougars haven't won here at home in a little while. Kuykendall spinning right to the front of the net. Backhand chance for Outwater, and it's deflected over the net and out of play. And just checking on that, the last home win for the Cougars was, believe it or not, November the 26th against Kennewa Hills. The Cougars won 3 in a row here at home right around Thanksgiving, and since then, losses to Granville and Mona Shores. Here's a chance there for Outwater. Make it 3, and his wrist shot's off the blocker. Strong save there from Lemansky. He read that one well. Losses to Granville, Mona Shores, De La Salle, Saginaw Heritage, and the OT defeat to Byron Center, although that was on the other rink, so not technically a home game. Then we had the tie against Byron Center before Christmas. So this little winless streak at home is stretched out longer than I thought, and so put that on the to-do list for the afternoon. Nice little Saturday plan for Catholic Central if they can get the victory. 7:05 to go in the second period. They have a down payment on it, but it's far from over against the Chargers. Coming here well rested, too, so keep that in mind. Henry Kwiatkowski nearly picked off a man on his own bench on the drive across the ice. A knuckler ends up going for an icing. Two defensemen have goals for Catholic Central. Two junior defensemen, Schweigert and Shane Kwiatkowski. And we haven't seen a prettier shot this year from anyone wearing the CC on their chest than the one that Shane Kwiatkowski just threw to the roof of the net against goalie Colin Lemansky. Down to our right. Face off to our left now, though. Under 7 to go in the second period. Liam Watt. We'll see if the Cougars can get some more rush chances. Perhaps Dow will be pressing. One of the Chargers lost a glove. That was Nolan Sanders. But he still forced the puck ahead nicely. Wasn't too disoriented by it as Ian Schweigert will flush here. Up the wall and out it comes. Westrick's backhand through the legs of Connor Dunlap. Handled at the side of his net by Lemansky. Dunlap shot it high off of a body. Has to try again as it bounced right back to him. Diagonal pass up this near wing. Deflects right by Sanders all the way into the Catholic Central end. Gabe Sova wanted to flip it out. Mishandled. He's got it right back, but lost it again here to Skinner. Skinner behind the goal. The right-handed shooter is pinned there on a strong check by Wormuth. And right back into Chargers real estate with 5:50 remaining in the second period. Kuykendall knocked the puck out of the midair, but he couldn't get the shot on net. Ian Schweigert to Kuykendall. Back to Schweigert, but the two can't connect once more on the give and go. Kuykendall checks Dunlap on the shoot-in. Trent Goheen forces away from the front of his net. We haven't talked about Goheen in a little while. The Cougars have controlled play in the last several minutes. Here at the Southside Ice Arena, just off 100th Street in Byron Center. Home of the Cougars and the Byron Center Bulldogs. Wormuth was knocked down from behind, but he keeps on going. He got up from his knees, has it, reverses it to Kuykendall. Gabe Sova back to Kuykendall. Chance! Scores! 3-0 Cougars! Grant Kuykendall using the long reach to stuff it inside the left post. And Catholic Central is granted a 3-0 lead on the skills of Kuykendall. And what a little cycle play that was. Kuykendall with his 13th of the year, his second in 3 games after that 7-game goalless drought ended last week. Give the assist to Gabe Sova and Andrew Wormuth at even strength with 5:02 left before intermission. Fantastic second period so far for the Cougars, and it's not over yet. Nemesek will drive wide. Nemesek, a pass right to the doorstep, and a save made on Watt by Lemansky. And now Watt is tangled up with one of the Chargers behind the play. Play continues on briefly, but now the whistle sounds with 4:44 left in the second period. So something's going to come of this. Just not sure what. I think initially the penalty was against Catholic Central because play was allowed to continue up ice to our left. Watt penalized, but so is Caden Kritz. And we just have to see to what extent those two were penalized. The discussion is on between the two referees in the referee's crease right in front of the scoring area. Well, a nice breakthrough here for a Catholic Central so far. They've gotten to 3 goals a couple of times recently. Against Jenison, a 3-2 win. Against Mona Shores, a 4-3 loss. They haven't gotten more than 3 in 8 games since they beat East Grand Rapids 5-1 before Christmas. Nothing on the board yet, so it might be a 5-on-5 situation coming up. But we can't be sure. Unfortunately, I'm far from the scoring table. Yeah, it will be 5-on-5. So I think Liam Watt was able to goad Caden Kritz into a corresponding penalty that canceled out what was going to be a Midland Dow power play. So I guess got to give Watt some credit there for realizing he might have been in trouble. Lead pass here from Gabe Sova, looking for Grant Kuykendall. Too far for him, and it's icing.
Assisted by number 15, Gabe Sova, and number 2, Andrew Wormuth. Kuykendall from Sova and Wormuth at 11:58 in the second period.
The puck hops up into the air after the draw. Van Sumeren's backhand, and he's stopped by Goheen. Rebound, and another save by Goheen on the chance by Rostello. Waiting for the penalties to be announced. Gabe Sova tried to step up, and he was stepped into, but he left the puck there in his wake for Kuykendall. Kuykendall, who scored quintessential power forward's goal just a couple of moments ago to make it 3-0. He tries again, wrap around, save Lemansky, and it's loose at the side of the net. Wormuth eventually hops on it in the corner. 3-0 Catholic Central. Goals in this period from Shane Kwiatkowski and Kuykendall. Kuykendall's pass out to Kwiatkowski, but too far for him to reach. Kwiatkowski on the back pedal, pressured there by Billy Van Sumeren. Good outlet feed to find Outwater. He leads Mulvey into the attack zone. Mulvey's drop pass away from Outwater, though. He's got to chase back toward the line to play it. Avoids the check from Van Sumeren. From behind the net, Kale couldn't get it by Outwater. Turning chance for Mulvey on the setup there from Nate Sova. Hit the outside of the goal frame. You might have heard it. I did from up here. Heavy metal. To the slot. Henry Kwiatkowski's shot. That was blocked high. And into the corner by Rostello. Sova, Nate Sova that is, the sophomore. More cycle game here for the Cougars. Mulvey to Henry Kwiatkowski. Takes some open ice. Henry shoots one, and he just missed the net. Looking for his first varsity goal. That's probably his best chance I can remember on the season. 2:44 left in the second period. Outwater stripped, but the puck hops right to Nate Sova. Penalty coming up against Midland Dow. Henry Kwiatkowski wristing, and it's blocked in the slot and touched up by Isaac Skinner. And we have extracurriculars after the whistle involving Braylon Outwater and Jack Wallahan. Nothing to come of that as the Cougars want to get that power play, so they help Westrick cool down with 2:35 left in the second. The penalty is issued to Max Rostello of Midland Dow, and that puts the Cougars on the power play. Their second opportunity. They're 1-for-1. Ian Schweigert forced it by Sanders. Sanders, though, gets back to it and bounces it right by Schweigert at the blue line. On the chase back, Henry Holloman of Catholic Central. Holloman now to Schweigert. Back to Holloman, but too hot for him to handle. Sanders dumps in deep again for Midland Dow. Interference the call against Rostello of Midland Dow. Wormuth charging, churning the legs. Andrew Wormuth down the left wing side, wants to find a man on the circle move. He does find Schweigert out by the blue. Back to Ian Schweigert. It's got a goal today. Shoots again. It scores! Ian Schweigert's got a pair, and the Cougars have 2 power play goals in the second period. Deuces are wild, and it's 4-0. Through a screen and in. Another PPG. And everything's going Catholic Central's way in the second period. Give Wormuth an assist, his second of the game, on the Ian Schweigert power play goal. What a relief for Catholic Central. The special teams coming up big.
Number 16, the dirty player.
Michael Kale will shoot in. Final 2 minutes of the second period. Cougars up by 4 in front of the net. Goheen has to try to get ready, but Coppins couldn't take the pass as it was deflected. Nice defending again from Catholic Central. Goheen has had the privilege and the pleasure of watching the play mostly at the other end of the ice in this second period. Outside of the first couple of minutes, shooting is Wormuth's save by Lemansky. Looks like Wormuth and Shane Kwiatkowski get assists on that goal from Schweigert. 1:13 to go, and a couple of the Chargers have just given their goalie Lemansky I don't want to call it a pep talk, but an encouraging word or two. Mulvey corkscrewing in here for the face-off win. Down to a minute to play in the second period. Cougars up by 4. It's been a while since we've seen them ahead by this many in a game. They played so many close games lately, they haven't had room to breathe. Not that they do yet, but here's a one-time shot, just to prove my point. Caden Kritz nearly broke the ice for the Chargers, but again, Goheen sharp with the blocker hand. You can play a little differently when you're up 4-0 as compared to 1-0 or 2. Or down, for that matter. Nate Sova on his backhand. Wanted to serve a pass to the middle. He got it right back from Outwater, but away from his reach. Backtracking to defend this pass, Preston Berta. But the Chargers regather, and Van Sumeren dangles right in and hits the outside of the net. Billy Van Sumeren, a chance right down the middle, and he's got it again. He shoots that off of Berta's stick. It ends up staying in play high off the glass in the corner and cleared out to center by the Cougars. Down to 13 seconds to go in the period. Sticks coming up a little bit here as maybe frustration starting to boil up to the surface for the Chargers. Long distance shot from Mulvey. 90-footer gloved down by Lemansky as time runs out in the second period. A 3-goal second period for Catholic Central. 1 goal for Shane Kwiatkowski, 1 for Grant Kuykendall, and 1 for Ian Schweigert. Schweigert and Kwiatkowski scoring on the power play. Kuykendall at even strength. And a bonanza here in the second for the Cougars, who will go into the locker room one last time here with an opportunity to close this one out at home against a strong opponent in the Midland Dow Chargers. This is Cougar Puck Radio. I'm Matt Gajtka. We'll be back for the third period after this. Intermission. Back in 12 minutes. Keep it right here.
Correction on that last Catholic Central goal. The goal is actually scored by number 17, Ian Schweigert, assisted by Wormuth.
A 3-goal second period has Catholic Central in the driver's seat, to say the least, here at home. This is Matt Gajtka, and you're watching Cougar Puck Radio from the friendly confines of the Southside Ice Arena here in Byron Center. The Cougars getting 2 power play goals in that second period, including the second goal of the game for Ian Schweigert. He's got a couple in this game after none for the entire season up to today. And Shane Kwiatkowski, another defenseman, has a goal, in addition to Grant Kuykendall's team best 13th. That's how the Cougars have gotten here. I've got a couple assists down for Nate Sova and Ryder Mulvey, 2 assists for Andrew Wormuth as well, and a helper for Gabe Sova and Shane Kwiatkowski on further review here. 17 minutes loaded on the third period clock. Midland Dow playing the only game of its week right now. They had a couple of games earlier this week postponed or canceled, so they're going to try to leave it all out there, you know that. And the first 5 minutes or so of this period will be critical to see if the Cougars can crush the spirit of the visitors and consolidate what would be a very impressive win here. And it would also break a 5-game winless streak at home. The Cougars are 0-4-1 here on their rink since starting 3-0 back in late November at home. So the Cougars are 4-4-0 on the road and 3-4-1 at home. They got to try to correct that streak, and they're in good position to do so as the puck is dropped, and hockey is once again underway with the Cougars attacking down to our left and the Midland Dow Chargers icing the puck down to our right. 10 seconds in. This is the first time the Cougars have scored 4 goals in 8 games since they beat East Grand Rapids 5-1. They've gotten to 5 4 different times. When they score 5, they're 4-0, as you might imagine. Wormuth trying to go right to the doorstep here for Kuykendall, but he wasn't looking for it, was Kuykendall. And good to see Grant Kuykendall again get on the board. They're going to need him scoring, will the Cougars, if they want to go as far as they can this year. The playoffs start in about a month, not too early to think about it. Rister goes wide of the net from Ryan Pomeranke of Midland Dow. No trouble there as Kuykendall ushers it out to center red, gains the line, and shoots in to avoid any icing call. Remember, the Cougars scored 10 in, well, not even 3 full periods against West Ottawa, or pardon me, Kennewa Hills it was. That's the last time they've won at home. Was that game on November the 26th, the day after Thanksgiving. Goheen roaming from his crease a little bit. Shot from the point by Riley Wagner, sticked away to the corner by Goheen. Trent Goheen working on the clean sheet. He's got 1 this year. Mulvey's shot on the one-timer. Slapper, blocker save. Colin Lemansky. Lemansky, the number 1 goaltender for Midland Dow, came into today with a .951 save percentage. That's going to go down with 4 scores behind him. Delayed penalty. It's coming against the Cougars, unfortunately. Isaac Skinner driving wide. Skinner on his backhand, rode into the boards by Nate Sova. Still the Cougars haven't touched the puck. Sova will get there, triggering the whistle with 15:18 left in the third. Catholic Central about to go short. Ryder Mulvey, the guilty man. CC has killed off 4 power plays. Midland Dow had the first 4 power plays of the afternoon. Catholic Central killed all 4. They're now 11 for 11 on the weekend. Sova, Gabe Sova, the senior, charging in. Sova to the doorstep, and he just shot it wide of the net, short side. He wanted to clip that one upstairs on Lemansky and came this close to doing so. Andrew Wormuth with a steal. Wormuth with a wrister shorthanded. That didn't get through. So the penalty kill again being put to work here. Van Sumeren gave it away to Gabe Sova out by the blue line. Watch out as Lemansky had to kick that one. It was bouncing high on the ice. Even on the fresh ice, you could never quite tell. Kuykendall nearly picked that one off. He would have been in for a shorthanded chance. but it deflected into the Midland Dow bench over the head of head coach Richard Blasey. Well, both of these teams lost to Flint Powers in the playoffs last year. Midland Dow falling after beating Cadillac in the first round of the regional playoffs for D3. Icing against Midland Dow here. 1:12 left on the penalty to Ryder Mulvey. Didn't catch what it was, but it's a 2-minute variety, minor penalty. That's all we need to know when it all comes down to it. Catholic Central battling for the right to celebrate on home ice in front of its home fans. Of course, they had plenty of folks travel out to Patterson for their 2 wins there over the past month. Pumped right on goal from Ian Schweigert, who's on hat trick watch. If a defenseman can be, we'll say yes. Penalty against Midland Dow. And Nate Sova celebrates drawing it. It's a slashing call. That'll cancel out the rest of the power play. That helps. The referee in the zone to our left making the emphatic signal against Riley Wagner. 14:09 remaining in the third. 4-on-4 play for the next 52 seconds. And Coach Mike Slobodnik of the Cougars sends Zach Westrick and Nolan Nemesek over the boards here with some open ice. Two fleet-footed skaters, and Westrick wins the faceoff. Schweiger charges down the wall. He's got Westrick in front, couldn't get it to him. Good idea. Those give and goes are more open during 4-on-4 play just because there's more ice. Westrick. Now Nemesek follows on. Nolan Nemesek shooting. Lemansky gobbles it up on top of his crease. One goal in the first, 3 in the second for the Cougars this afternoon. We've had some big-time pushback after another close loss last night to Saginaw Heritage. Schweigert's bid for the net was blocked into the corner. Schweiger gloves this one down. Still a 4-on-4. His play behind the net is flagged down by Tucker Pomramke. Pomramke on the dish over here near side for Michael Kale, who's played a lot of minutes. The senior defenseman in green and gold. Distinctive look for sure for Midland Dow. Little Green Bay Packers look as the wrister from Ryan Pomramke just missed. That got a piece of Goheen's glove, if I'm not mistaken, but just slid wide of the post by an inch or two. The Packers look and the Chargers-style bolt on their helmet on this NFL playoff weekend. One of those two teams still alive. Shane Kwiatkowski, headman pass. He finds Kuykendall. Power play is underway for the Cougars. They're 2 for 2. Trying for a third goal here on the advantage. And Kwiatkowski fell down. It's a shorthanded breakaway. Ryan Pomramke, he's stopped by Goheen, who closed down the 5-hole. Might not mean a ton in the end, but Goheen, it means a lot to him. And another penalty is on the way. Another trip against Midland Dow and their top scorer, Billy Van Sumeren. .12:36 to go. And it'll be a 5-on-3 for Catholic Central. Mulvey wins the faceoff. It's back to Shane Kwiatkowski. He returns to Mulvey at the dot, but he's checked off the puck from behind, and Dunlap couldn't clear it out. He shot it into his own bench. Big mistake there. That'll keep the faceoff in the defending zone for the Chargers. Mulvey again drawing faceoff duty. He jams it on the forehand over to the far wing. Nate Sova to the point and Shane Kwiatkowski. Back to Mulvey closing. Mulvey scored from there on the power play this season at least a couple of times. He's got 4 PPGs on the year. Nate Sova, strong work in tandem with Kuykendall, but the puck hops loose for a clear by Connor Dunlap of Midland Dow. 5-on-3 is over. First penalty expired. to the Chargers and Riley Wagner. Van Sumeren still in there for 1:20. Gabe Sova on the handoff to Shane Kwiatkowski. Back near side, Gabe Sova looks up ice. Not a lot of speed, so he's got to double back here. He was closed off by Skinner. Fine pass cross rink, reversing the point of attack. Kuykendall shoots in. Nate Sova's on it. Back to the doorstep for Kuykendall. Stubbed the shot on the one-time attempt from close range. Nate Sova reaching in here against Caden Kritz. Kuykendall has it. Cougars going for a third power play goal on 3 attempts in this game. When it rains, it pours. It's funny how that goes after missing on 11 straight over the course of 5 games. A bonanza so far. Shane Kwiatkowski can't keep it alive on his backhand, at least in the offensive zone, but he maintains possession of the puck with 11 minutes to go in regulation time. The Cougars up 4-0. No goals on the board in this period yet. Watt cruising to the dot and below it now. Backhand pass to the front, shot, save Lemansky on the opportunity for Andrew Wormuth. Cougars changing on the fly with the puck below the Midland Dow goal line, and the Chargers get the clear. Saucering it down the ice, Wagner. Ian Schweigert revs it up. 2 goals on the afternoon, his first 2 of the season. Ian Schweigert, great move to the forehand, wants to shoot and does. And Lemansky has the answer with the blocker. Lemansky stumbled a bit and he checks his skates. Power play is over, so the Cougars now 2 for 4 after the back-to-back opportunities there. Here's a look for Liam Watt, right out in front. Lemansky dropped his stick, but there was never a shot taken. Now Van Sumeren. Wanted to dish it right between the skates and the stick of Henry Kwiatkowski, but Kwiatkowski defended it well. Wormuth on the takeaway with 10 to go in regulation. His backhand hits a Midland Dow stick, so no icing. It'll settle into the corner on the far wing. Snap pass, cross ring from Wagner. And the Chargers going for the home run at the moment. They need something to go their way, or it's going to be a long ride back to Midland. To the outside, Tucker Pomeranke holding on to the puck well. Tucker's got Van Sumeren in front of the net, but he couldn't get it to him. Now he passed it, and it's intercepted by Outwater and jammed off the far side. Wood and out. Again, it's Wagner. Shane Kwiatkowski runs over a Charger. That was Max Rostello. A couple of the Cougars were yelling at Rostello late in the second period for what they perceived to be a dirty play. I didn't see it, to be sure. And the delayed offside is wiped out here. So play continues on. Close to 9 minutes left in regulation. Cougars don't mind if this period goes by fast. Nolan Sanders jumping on his own dump in after Goheen couldn't tap it away from him. To the point, Kuhl pulls it off the wall, or Kale, pardon. Nolan Nemesek right in front of his own net, trying to find some open ice, and he found it, but just in a dangerous area. He gave to Shane Kwiatkowski, couldn't clear it off the far window. Now he tries the near, and it works out for him there. Preston Berta taps it ahead, but gave it away. Skinner, partial breakaway. Skinner stopped by Goheen again. Trent Goheen keeps the 0 on the scoreboard. He's got 2 breakaway saves in this third period. Still 4-0, your score. More than halfway into the third. Wagner up the boards. The Cougars won't be back home for a couple of weeks. Here's the turnover. Coppins couldn't shoot it on net. That was blocked by Henry Holloman. Rostello lassos at center and shoots in. So next week the Cougars will be at Patterson on Friday to play Forest Hills Northern and Eastern. Kuykendall takes the angle pass ahead. Couldn't get the shot off. Now he centers. And no shot taken on net. That was Drew Schweigert nearly cashing in. Kuykendall to the front. Oh, what a save by Lemansky on Wormuth. What an opportunity. Kuykendall doing it all but scoring, and then doing it all but setting up a goal. And Drew Schweigert and Andrew Wormuth both had clear opportunities there. All thanks to Kuykendall's playmaking. He's fully activated still well deep into this third period with the Cougars up by 4. To the point he gives it, and it's deflected over the crossbar on the shot by Holloman. Out to the line and pulled in by Jack Coppins, but a penalty against Midland Dow again. 7:08 remaining in the third. I'm running out of room on my score sheet. It's been a penalty-filled game in a lot of ways. This is the 12th call of the afternoon. And Max Rostello again sits down for 2. The Cougars going to try to free him early with another conversion. But anyway, next week at Patterson against Northern Eastern, and then at Kentwood on Saturday. I'll try to have that broadcast for you. I'm not familiar with the setup over there. But Lowell Caledonia will be the opponent. And then the first weekend of February will be spent in Trenton, Michigan. 2 games back-to-back against Grosse Pointe South and UD Jesuit. Actually, that's Thursday and Friday, those games. So close enough to the weekend. West Ottawa comes in for a game on February the 11th. That's the next time the Cougars will be at home. Off the face-off control, and the wrister ends up deflecting out of play off the stick of Nate Sova. So 4 straight road games after this one. The Cougars are on the verge of getting that good feeling back here at home before they leave the confines of the Southside Ice Arena for a while. Just 2 home games after this one, in fact. West Ottawa on the 11th of February, and then on the 19th, Livonia Churchill. This is the 5th power play for the Cougars. They scored on their first 2 opportunities. Nate Sova pries it loose to Ryder Mulvey. Out to the line. He gives it to Shane Kwiatkowski. Mulvey to the corner. Nate Sova turning. Mulvey has it here. Mulvey pulls up. Fluttering pass for Shane Kwiatkowski. That's blocked on the one-timer. 1:18 to go on the penalty to Max Rostello, senior forward for Midland Dow. And the Chargers get the clear. Chargers trying to survive this one and maybe play for some pride here in the final few minutes. Van Sumeren wanting to pick the pocket of Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski dangled right in front of him. Confidently, to say the least. Wormuth stops up. His backhand pass over the glove of Van Sumeren, who's playing the top of the penalty-killing diamond for Dow. Kwiatkowski, high shot. Save by Lemansky. Shane loaded that one up. He scored from a similar spot in the second period. Poked out the center by Van Sumeren of Midland Dow. Half minute to go on this power play. Nolan Nemesek on his backhand out of the forehand. Oh, that would have been a beauty, but he just guided it wide. Inches wide at the top left corner. To the center of the ice, and Westrick cradling that puck. Feeding out to the top of the circle. Wormuth on the handoff. Ian Schweigert's got 2 this afternoon. Schweigert to Westrick. Zach Westrick goes down in a tangle. Final few seconds of the power play. Open man, Nemesek. Shot and a save. Lemansky. When he's had a chance to take the angle away from the Cougars today, he has. It's just that the Cougars have found a way to get some shots through around bodies and in a couple of cases from in close. Braylon Outwater. Power play is over. Lemansky flags this one down 2. Head high and holds with 4:52 left. Cougars 2 for 5 on the power play today. Breaking an 11 opportunity drought on the advantage. Well, the Cougars ended their overtime hex last Saturday. Preston Berta just shot a mouth guard toward the Catholic Central bench. Good eye from him to find that. It would have been bad if he were backpedaling and he stepped on it. But anyway, they broke the overtime hex last Saturday, and this Saturday trying to break the 5-game winless streak at home. And they're in almost home free. You can pardon the pun. Back in on goal. Lemansky stops it there for Dow. Guided off the near side window and out by the Chargers. Down to the final 4.5 minutes. Nate Sova goes all the way across the rink on an area play. Outwater's chasing here. Mulvey stopped the attempted clear from Dunlap. Dunlap double team there, and Mulvey finds it, but he gave it right back to Dunlap. Out of the corner come the Chargers. Kritz to the middle and intercepted. Shane Kwiatkowski. Again, doing yeoman's work back there on the blue line. Loose at center ice. Connor Schetz sends it up ahead. Now fed in deep. Brody Potter on the chase here. Potter for the Cougars heads to the middle as Drew Schweigert wanted to work a pass centrally but could not. That was broken up. This goes the length of the rink for icing against Midland Dow. The Kwiatkowski brothers back on the blue line here with that line of Drew Schweigert, Potter, and Schetz. Schetz the junior, Potter the freshman, and Drew Schweigert the junior. Drew and Ian Schweigert, Nate and Gabe Sova. And the brothers Kwiatkowski, who are out there right now defending against the Midland Dow pressure. 3:20 remaining in the third period. Cougars have played well in this third. They haven't given up a lot, and they haven't sat back either. Been a pretty straight-up frame for them. Big blast from Skinner, but seeing it all the way, Goheen. And Trent Goheen on the verge of doubling his clean sheet total on the season. When that zero's on the board, it also gives you some extra motivation, too, even if you're up by 4 and the intensity might otherwise drop. You're playing for your goaltender, too. To the line. Kale's wrist shot deflected into the screen over Goheen's shoulder. Jack Wallahan to take this face-off for the Midland Dow Chargers. He drew it back, but it's picked up on the move here by Sam Moore. Moore shooting wide of the net. Gabe Sova's on the chase there. And now Andrew Wormuth on it. 2, not 5. Wormuth bumped off the puck. Another mouth guards on the ice behind the Chargers net now. Gabe Sova hopping to it. Michael Kale just wants to pin it there for a second to wait for reinforcements, and it worked out. Dow force feeds it out to center ice. Schweigert on the circle game, off to Gabe Sova. Tossed it behind the net. Puck bouncing a little bit here on the rough ice sheet late in the period. Lemansky holds it up. What a great way to finish the weekend for the Cougars. Now with 2 minutes to go in the third period. No goals on the board in this third, and that's just fine for the team that was up by 4 starting the period. They wanted as little drama as possible, did the Cougars, and they're doing a wonderful job at killing the clock in an effective fashion. Not intentionally killing the clock, but just playing their game as time continues to tick down. They just gave up the 1 power play early in this period. Jam opportunity for Coppins, and Goheen has the puck between his gloves. This will be the first victory for the Cougars against a non-OK conference team. They break that streak as well, which had reached 4 games. They'll get a chance to play some more Eastside teams in Grosse Pointe South and UD Jesuit, and then Livonia Churchill. So still 3 more on the year. Van Sumeren couldn't get the shot off. He was checked immediately by the aggressive Preston Berta, sophomore defenseman. 1:20 remaining in this game. Van Sumeren in deep. Look out, a chance to break the shutout, and Pomeranke's denied from point blank. Ryan Pomeranke. Best chance for the Chargers in a few minutes. Yes, the Chargers did get the 1 breakaway that Goheen stopped, but not a lot of sustained offensive zone time. Another shot off the faceoff win. Van Sumeren's denied by Goheen. That's got to be at least 6 or 7 shots for Van Sumeren that Goheen's gotten the better of him on. Final minute of the third period. Cougars up by a handful. The high flip by Westrick relieves the pressure, and Zach Westrick will charge ahead, but he can't get to the puck. Ryan Pomeranke pulls it away from pressure. Pomeranke a little too far ahead of himself to pull in. Now he sends a blind pass to the front, and jammed down the ice by Liam Watt right on goal, so no icing. Added benefit with a half-minute left in this third. Caden Kritz. Oh, one of the Cougars wiped out. That's Schetz, but back comes Drew Schweigert with the puck. Drew Schweigert's shot, and a strong one, but right into the breadbasket of Cullen Lemansky, who holds. 20 seconds remaining. Drew Schweigert couldn't win this faceoff as Nolan Sanders just swooped in. He jumped the gun there, and it worked out for him. Holloman ran into him. Down to 10 seconds to go. Just barely onside are the Chargers. Holding there, Tucker Pomranke. They're looking for one last shot. I don't think they're going to get it, though. The puck settles in the corner, riding up on its edge. 4 is more than 0. Cougars win. Cougars win, and Trent Goheen gets his second shutout of his sophomore season and his 6th victory for the first time since late November. Grand Rapids Catholic Central has won here at home, breaking a 5-game winless streak at the Southside Ice Arena. Their 4th win at home, their 8th win overall. They jumped to 8-1 on the season, and their first win against a non-OK conference foe. Your offensive heroes, well, first and foremost, Ian Schweigert, the defenseman. 2 goals, 1 at even strength, 1 on the power play. Bookend goals, in fact. He got the first one on a goal-mouth scramble. He got the second one on a shutout by the point. Shane Kwiatkowski also scored a power play goal, and Grant Kuykendall netted his 13th of the season in the middle of that 3-goal second period for Catholic Central. Tremendous effort from Mike Slobodnik's crew as they get it going, and they continue to alternate those wins and losses. Since 2022 started, that's now 6 consecutive games in which they've gone win, loss, and win, loss. Well, like I mentioned, and hi, this is Matt Gajtka, this is Cougar Puck Radio with your post-game show, 4-0 your final. And Grand Rapids Catholic Central looking strong throughout this one. There were some moments in the first period where they conceded a few offensive chances in a row, but other than that, got to say they were the better team. And that second period really buried Midland Dow and allowed the Cougars to play comfortably, but not too comfortably in that third period as they stayed on their toes and really did everything you want to see in a win, especially at home. You want to convert those leads after 1 period and especially those leads after 2 periods, and there was no drama in the third, thanks in part to the goaltending of Trent Goheen. Like I mentioned, his 6th win of the season and his 2nd shutout. He blanked Grand Rapids Christian in late November, and here he is in, well, getting to be late January, a couple of months later, and he's got his 2nd clean sheet of the season. The Cougars will move on for another 2-game weekend next weekend. We hope to see you there at the Patterson Ice Arena as they'll play Forest Hills Northern Eastern Co-op. That'll be an 8 o'clock start on Friday night, and then 6 o'clock next Saturday against Lowell Caledonia, another co-op squad at Kentwood Ice Arena. Their only visit to Kentwood. The Cougars will play on that smaller than regulation sheet on American Avenue at 6 o'clock Saturday, January 29th. Like I said, no home games for a couple of weeks. A weekend on the road here in GR next weekend, and then the first weekend in February, they'll be at the Kennedy Recreation Center in Trenton, Michigan. But more on that next weekend after we get through those games. Next home game for the Cougars, Friday, February the 11th, 7:30 puck drop against West Ottawa. Grand Rapids Catholic Central beat West Ottawa on the road as they took down the Panthers in early December, 4-1. So that's the next time we'll see the Cougars here, but don't worry, Cougar Puck Radio is fully mobile, and we travel, at least within West Michigan. So you'll see me back on the air with the game against Forest Hills Northern and Eastern next Friday at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching. Really happy to close out the weekend on a positive note, and the Cougars earned the split here. 4-0 victors against the top 5 ranked opponent in the state of Michigan. Midland Dow goes down here on the road. Catholic Central defends its home rink. For Mr. Schweigert, who manned the camera all weekend, for as well Lynn Sova, who's been so good in keeping everything on the up and up here as far as the operations go. This is Matt Gajtka saying good day, God bless, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next Friday from Patterson for another edition of Grand Rapids Catholic Central Boys Hockey. See you then.